Hello everybody. Originally this video was going to be on a continuation of my marine velvet videos where I was going to talk about restocking the tank, my first fish selections that were going into quarantine, and how that progress was going to move forward. But as fate would have it, apparently I was intended to make a different video. And this video is about ick. Like I said, this video was going to be about restocking the tank. My first fish selections were going to be a school of Anthias. That's what I wanted to put in the tank next. Very docile fish, wasn't worried about territory issues. So I went looking for Anthias. My closest fish store didn't have any, but they did have an angel in the tank that I had seen previously and decided that I wanted to go ahead and pick him up, but I thought that he would be okay in the quarantine tank and I could get a couple other fish and that would be the next batch that we're going to go into the main display tank. Put him in on a Thursday, and on Saturday morning I went and found a aquarium store, fish store that was had Anthias in, called. They still had some. I went in and they were the most beautiful Anthias I'd ever seen. So I had to get them. But I had learned my lessons and I wasn't about to put something in the main display tank, so I put them in the quarantine tank behind me. This was Saturday morning. Saturday evening, as I'm looking at my new collection of fish, I noticed that the angel had a spot on its fin, and I just could not believe my luck. But I saw the one spot, that I think I see a second spot, so I decided I'm going to go on Facebook forums and I posted this video. And I asked everybody. I took a nice slow motion video. I wanted everyone to see what was going on, so I took this video and everyone agreed it was ick. Well, that's fantastic. I've got these 3 Anthias in the tank, and I know that Anthias are going to be a little bit sensitive to copper, so I had to decide, how am I going to treat this ick outbreak? Okay. So now I have an issue. The Anthias have ick 10 times worse than the angel ever had. So what do I do? Well, the Metroplex wasn't working. I was adding it to the mysis shrimp, I was adding the focus, was adding the garlic, just like I was supposed to encourage them to eat, and things were getting worse. So I had to make the decision to go ahead and treat with copper. So I went out, I was out of copper test kits, but I still had plenty of cupramine. Went and grabbed another test kit, and now here we are, and today's the first day of dosing copper. So I'm going to keep doing the food with the Metroplex and the garlic. All the fish are eating right now except for the super male large-tail Anthias, which is a bummer because he's the one I want to start eating. So I'm hoping that he starts eating soon. I'm hoping that once the cysts fall off of his body, he starts feeling better. Maybe he'll start eating again. He's not looking incredibly skinny at the moment, so I'm hoping everything works out. Okay, so in conclusion, how I'm treating for ick is I am treating with cupramine, I am treating the food with Metroplex, and I'm going to be keeping these quarantine fish now for probably 3 weeks in the copper bath. followed by at least 2 weeks of them out of the copper bath before I even think about putting them in the main display tank. And then if I see anything in that last 2 weeks, we're going to retreat with copper and start the process all over again. But again, it'll be a cold day in hell before I put anything in the main display that I even think is sick again. So there you go. On a side note, what do you guys think of my shirt? You have to be have a pretty interesting background if you can get this shirt. I saw it on another YouTuber's channel, Aaron's Aquarium, so shout out to him. And he was, I loved the shirt as soon as I saw it. So I was nice, and I sent him a message, and he was nice enough to reply back that he bought it on Amazon, but in the UK. So I ordered one. It took like a month to get here, but it came in yesterday. So perfect. I've already gotten like 10 compliments on it. So there you go. I love it. So a little bit of levity in an otherwise kind of aggravating situation, but you know, sometimes we just have to shake our head. Here comes the thought-provoking conversation here that I want to get your opinion on. So please leave comments below. This is important. I really want your opinion. The blonde Nasotang that had marine velvet came from the same LFS that the Angel came from. Now, they are a great store, without a doubt, and they've helped me through this problem. I'm not going to say their name because I do not think it's fair. I don't think it's fair because it's my responsibility to quarantine, and I learned my lesson. The quarantine tank is set up for that purpose, and there was no way of knowing that that Angel had ick when they brought it in. I went over it with a fine-tooth comb in the store, in a collection cup at the store, in the bag, in a collection cup at my house while I was acclimating. It did not have a blemish. It was eating perfectly. So how can I blame them? And my only thought was that if you look at their system like we look at our tanks at home, if one fish has ick in that system and they don't completely drain the system and go fallow, or take all the fish out of it and bleach it down, then that ick is going to remain in their system. The marine velvet that was in it before is going to remain in their system, and I have never seen the tanks shut down for cleaning of any kind. So it kind of gives you something to think about. What happens when you get a fish from a local fish store that is obviously sick? It was in their displays. Do you just buy fish from them in the future knowing that you will probably have to quarantine? Now, you should quarantine anyway. That's why this is, I don't know if this is a stupid conversation to have, but it is one to think about. What is their responsibility? What is our responsibility? Now, just a reminder, I am trying to get up to 50 subscribers. We're not that close. I think we're in the mid-20s. So just a reminder, when I hit 50 subscribers, everyone who's subscribed to the channel will be entered into a drawing to win a gourmet grinder from Innovative Marine. So please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And again, I'm looking for a lot of comments on this video. Just your thoughts on purchasing fish from stores where you know or you think you know that there was a problem in the past. So look for an update to this video as things happen over the next couple weeks, and hopefully the marine ick video will conclude with all 4 fish surviving and going into the main display tank.